Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Finally, we are doing the last part on Variant 7, that is going to be Chapter 3 and Point 2 Easy Path for Completion, with Miles Morales as the boss, who has enhanced Special 1. Also, his damage increased on the Special 1 with Specialist 1, Hard Knock Life, and also Flux Dispersal. So we'll get into that later into that fight. The defenders are pretty straightforward, nothing too tough about it, but the nodes are going to be Cosmic Wrath, so it's better to bring in cosmic champions and buffed up. So with buffed up you need to bring in champions that can have more than 3 buffs at a time. And also there are some useful synergies you can bring in here. So you can bring in Heimdall with Angela, that would work, or Hela. Also Odin will work here as well. Also you can bring in cosmic supremacy that I'm going to use. I'm going to bring Black Bolt with Kamala Khan. So there's quite a few different options that you can bring for this part. So let's jump right into it guys. But before we do, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications, and also leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. So the first defender is going to be a Psycho Man. Now he's a pretty straightforward boss. Just try not to push him to an SP2 because his SP2 can be annoying, and depending what phase he has on him, it can be unblockable and can deal a lot of damage. With SP1 it's very easily evadable, so I would suggest you to keep him there. And in my case I'm gonna use a Hyperion, so I'm just gonna spam my heavies, build up those Furies and kill him off. And to help maintain the Furies for longer, I am using a synergy with Black Bolt and Kamala Khan, that is going to be Cosmic Supremacy, that increases the duration of your Furies on your Cosmic Champions by 30%, so that comes in handy as well. Apart from that, there is going to be Angela and Wasp on my team as well. I'll be using Wasp for the Ghost, so you can stay tuned to the end of the video to check that fight out. Ducked after his buff, so I'm gonna just bring in Angela and build up those buffs as much as possible to bypass the buffed up node. So I'm gonna do is build up to almost 2 bars of power, then use an SP1 that will give me 2 furies, and then get another fury by building up to another 1 bar of power, and keep those 3 furies throughout the fight and lay the damage into him. It's a pretty simple and straightforward fight. Just make sure that you do not push him to an SP2, because his SP2 does hurt really much, and also he can do a lot of block damage. So just keep him to an SP1 which you can easily evade, and yeah, you can kill him off very easily. And then we have a Ronin, who is also a pretty quick fight. I'm gonna use a Hyperion again and use my parry and heavy to build up those furies and bypass the buffed up node and do a lot of damage. The only thing you need to take care about against Ronin is his stance changes. When he does stance change, he has out and you attack after he's had a chance to evade, and he hits really hard. He has like a lot of criticals. So if you do one evade, if he does one evade and he retaliates on you, he's gonna kill you off really quick. So just be wary about that. Apart from that, his specials are easily evadable. SP1 or SP2 doesn't matter. You can easily get through this fight without any damage to your champions. Spiderman Steath is going to be the next defender who is pretty easy to deal with. You just need to be wary about his evade that is there that he gets after every special attack, special one attack. So yeah, once you have that down, you can just use any champion with a lot of buffs. My two champions that can work against buffed up node, one is going to be Angela, the other one is going to be Hyperion. So I'm doing the whole path with them, but there are quite a few options that you can use. You can use Silver Surfer, you can use Odin, Medusa as well with her 3 Furies. Also you can bring in Heimdall and Angela, and you can use that extra Fury with somebody else, like somebody like Thing will work here as well, because Thing goes to SP3 with 3 bars. When he uses an SP3 he has unstoppable and unblockable, and if you bring in a synergy with him with Angela and Heimdall, he will have the third buff as the Fury to kill off the opponents. Even if he doesn't have it, you can build up to an SP3, swipe back, get the dexterity buff on you, and then you can use an SP3. That'll be a long fight, but it's still doable. Next up is going to be a Ghost. So again, a cosmic champion against her will work really nicely. I'm going to use an Angela. So not only I will get the class advantage against her, but I can also apply with every special attack armor breaks, and as we know, Ghost is very susceptible to armor breaks. Apart from that, I am also getting extra damage from Cosmic Wrath, and with a buffed of node with all of those Furies, Angela is really hurting really hard. So all you need to do is to stay back, let her throw her specials because they're easily evadable, and once she does, you can go back and retaliate, and it's a pretty easy and straightforward fight. And the last fight before the boss is going to be Carnage. Now Carnage is also one of those fun champions to go against because it's very easy to deal with. His specials are very easily available, SP1 and SP2. So bring in any cosmic champion with a lot of buffs to deal with the buffed up node, and you can kill him down very fast. I am using Hyperion. Hyperion is just amazing in all of this quest in general, because Hyperion, if you bring in a whole hero team, will also get 10% extra ability accuracy with the number of heroes on your team, and that will also increase the chances of him getting Fury every time, and also stunning every time on an SP2. So it's more like 100% chance. So Hyperion is amazing for this quest. Just bring in all hero champions and you will see him hurting very, very hard. Now the final boss fight is going to be against Miles Morales, who is a bit annoying because of his evade, because they are buffs and you can work around them. So the most obvious way to deal with it is to bring in a champion who does not need these specials but still can do criticals or damage over time. So Wasp does not need her specials and she has a built-in heavy attack, so you can easily throw away the flux dispersal charges and dispel them. And also once all those evade charges are down, you don't need to worry about him evading. You can just hit him and get the job done. Some similar way it works for Quake as well. Quake can just stay back and just quake him off and he can't do anything about it. Same goes for Human Torch. Now with Human Torch also you can just parry and heavy. When you do parry, you will get disorient on you that will reduce your ability accuracy by 5% with the node called Hard Knock Life, but you don't need to worry about that. 5% is nothing. Just use a heavy attack to dispel the flux dispersal and your pre-fight ability will take over and kill him off. And he's very trigger happy, so the more stings you have on him, the more he will die quicker. You just need to be careful in the beginning for the 5 evade charges that he has. Once he has that, then you can go back in. You can also use slow champions like Red Guardian or like She-Hulk. They will work amazingly as well, because when he will be under the effect of slow, he will not evade, so he can work as well. Or you can Also, stun lock him with the likes of Hulk and also Hyperion with his SP2. Now, because they both are hero champions and you will bring a lot of heroes on your team, their ability accuracy, the chance to stun the opponents will be increased. For Hulk, it would be on special 1, and for Hyperion, it's going to be on special 2. So you can just bring them and throw your specials, and that can also kill him off. So there's quite a few options that you can go through. Just be wary about another node that is going to be enhanced special 1. So his special 1 will not be unblockable, and I would suggest you to keep pushing him to an SP2 because SP2 is really easy to evade. Also, another node that will help you push him to an SP2, that is going to be strike back. So whenever you use a special, the defender is going to gain 1 bar of power. So make sure you don't use it near 2 bars, otherwise he will get to special 3 and he will kill you off. And the final node that we need to discuss is going to be flux dispersal. So whenever you hit the opponent, he gets some charges on him that increase over time up to 20, and that proportionally reduces the attack damage you deal to the opponent. And at 20 charges, no matter how much you hit the opponent, he will take 0 damage, and you can just use a heavy attack to dispel that. So that's why champions like Wasp will work really amazing, because her heavy attack is built in and is a really good counter for Miles Morales. I hope you guys find this tips and tricks useful and it helps you do your completion for variant 7. I'll be starting with exploration videos next. I will start from chapter 3.2 first, then 3.1, and make my way backwards so we can do the tougher bosses, more options, and the difficult parts first. So stay tuned to the channel, guys, and also make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. And apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.